Scott Jennings is somehow still CNN's go-to conservative voice. And with the way things are going, he might end up with the keys to the kingdom as Paramount acquires CNN, and frankly, they're probably going to send it down the same path as CBS. And this all highlights the larger issue with corporate media, and I'll get to that. But I want to start with Scott Jennings and him talking about Mitch McConnell, because it is the most incredible thing I have seen recently. Jennings telling Jake Tapper on air that he had personally spoken with a hospitalized Senator Mitch McConnell, that McConnell was meeting with staff, and that it sounded to me like somebody who was preparing at some point to go back to work. It's since become a meme. I mean, I talked to Lindsey Graham for 20 minutes and he said that you need to subscribe to Ring of Fire, right? I mean, that's the same energy here.
All the rumors about him being dead or brain dead or, being his body's being hidden somewhere. I've seen all kinds of crazy things on the internet. That's obviously not true because he picked up the phone and called me, and that was a good thing.
You spoke with Mitch McConnell today. What did you talk about? What did he say?
We talked for about 17 minutes. He talked a lot about the situation with Iran.
But CNN had to issue a public statement where they had to clarify that Scott Jennings is a commentator, not a network journalist, and that the network could not verify his account of what happened with Mitch McConnell. Jennings and two other Republican Senate leaders all claimed to have talked to Mitch McConnell that same week, and every readout and recap of it says that they discussed policy, Iran, Ukraine, defense spending. You're talking about an 84-year-old man who was found unconscious, that had CPR done on his floor. And three separate dudes called him and said, "Hey, bud, so about those appropriations." Not one of these alleged conversations was, "Hey, Mitch, how you feeling?" Some friends indeed. Of course, Scott Jennings, he makes crap up all the time because we saw it on gas prices, on Newsnight, arguing with the Democratic strategist Neera Tanden. Jennings saying gas is lower now than when Trump took office. Gas is not lower than when Trump took office, and it's not lower than when it was before Trump started a war with Iran. People are paying $70 to fill a tank.
What's the price of a gallon of gas in the United States right now?
It's $4.30.
No, negative.
What
was the highest price of gas under Joe Biden?
I don't. That's
Did
not,
you ever conduct
Scott,
a
that's
meeting
actually
about
not the
gas
question.
First
The
of all,
question is,
gas price
the question is how
keeps
are
getting thrown out.
what is the
gas is lower today than it was
Scott,
before he.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
$3.20.
Gas is not
Joe
lower
Biden
today
led,
than when
and
Trump
it's
took
way
office, and it's
higher
not
than
lower
that.
today than it was when before Trump started the war.
And
so look, you can dismiss
you're
the gas
fine.
thing, but it's a real thing that people are going to the gas pump, filling up their tank, and it's costing them $70.
That clip of him getting fact-checked on air went viral. And Trump critic George Conway summed it up by saying, "Is there anything Jennings won't just brazenly say on camera?" And here's where I'm conflicted, because I'm giving editorial content here. That's what I am doing with you guys right now. And at what point does an outlet or a network stop calling this news and analysis and start calling it what it really is, editorial content? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and what do you think outlets should do to combat the opinion is fact epidemic that's going on out there, especially in the corporate media. But back to Jennings. He also lied about how Medicaid worked. During that shutdown fight, Jennings said that the Democrats want other things, insisting that Donald Trump was right when he said that Democrats are trying to give free health care to undocumented immigrants. Scott, that's a lie. He was called out on air. And then Abby Phillip walked him through everything in real time. Medicaid doesn't go to undocumented immigrants. SNAP doesn't go to undocumented immigrants. CHIP does not go to undocumented immigrants. Abby Phillip then challenged Scott Jennings on air to prove her wrong, and he couldn't. Yet MAGA is still sharing that clip as some bizarre victory on CNN. Go Scott Jennings. And at this point, Abby Phillip, she's got a second full-time job there at CNN, and it's babysitting Scott. The man generates content for CNN and additional corrections for CNN. He is Employee of the Month in 2 different departments. And it's not new. He did this back in 2025 when watchdogs flagged him for claiming millions of able-bodied Medicaid recipients simply were choosing not to work and they were spending 6 hours a day just watching TV, those numbers also didn't hold up. But you have to wonder, this is the bigger question. Why does CNN keep booking him? Frankly, it's because outrage. And outrage sells. Outrage drives ratings. And Jennings is a master at driving outrage. Every single time he opens his mouth, you watch it because you're angry. And it drives the ratings up. And this is only going to get worse as Paramount wraps their slimy tentacles around CNN. Because corporate media is simply about advertiser dollars and the eyeballs that they sell to those advertisers. CNN is no exception. And that's why I'm going to ask you to subscribe, because I promise you this will not be the last time I have to cover something stupid that Scott Jennings just made up. And as an independent outlet, we will always tell you where we stand, and we're going to tell you it's our opinion. It's not news.